Timing is everything. So when in light of the terror attack or planned one in New York City, Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi declaring victory against ISIS in its territory over the weekend. No one really disputes the fact that ISIS nationally is losing ground as fast as it's losing influence. The thing is, it doesn't stop attacks or lone attacks. In fact, they accelerate. That is not just a coincidence. Hudson Institute Middle East analyst Michael Pregent with us now. Michael, what do you make of that? That's an uncanny thing, I've noticed at least, that no sooner are we, high-fiving having ISIS on the run, which we should. It's a great victory, as it is for Iraqi soldiers. But then they try to prove that there's still of merit and danger by orchestrating or at least galvanizing these attacks, right?
Exactly. We've seen from the onset that any time ISIS lost territory, they compensated with a spectacular attack, or some sort of a Quentin Tarantino execution video. And now we're seeing them taking credit for people like Ullah here, who uses an unsophisticated weapon, has a failed attack in regards to actually producing casualties, and they're looking to take credit for anything. They built a brand to take credit for anything.
How influential are they at radicalizing, though? Let's say in the case of the assailant in New York today, if he had no help or it looked clumsily executed as it clearly did, that he might have, stumbled out the gate, but there are plenty of others waiting at the gate to do the same, right?
Well, they're hoping there are plenty of others waiting to do the same. What they do is they inundate the web, they inundate these jihadist sites with recommendations on how to conduct an attack, or actual training on how to conduct an attack, and
so
then
they
hope
actually
somebody
spell
bites.
it out, right? Like in a city and a train, how you go about doing it. I've seen it spelled out almost to the T.
Right, and they hope somebody bites.
Yeah.
Now, this is a case where ISIS is grasping at straws, claiming responsibility for this attack. Again, a failed attack when it comes to a terrorist attack, an improvised explosive device. There was no shrapnel, it was a premature detonation, and he's still alive. So we should be able to get valuable information out of him as well.
With ISIS on the run, a lot of times they morph into a new entity. It's just like after Al-Qaeda, you had, these splintering groups, Boko Haram, this rising ISIS and all. Who now? What happens now as these various terror groups, whether you deem them on the run or not, merge, change, morph into something more sinister? What?
Well, we don't have top ISIS leadership. We haven't killed or captured top ISIS leadership. We've simply taken territory away. I recently returned from Mosul, and I'll tell you, the situation there is ripe for security backslide, meaning that ISIS will morph into the Al-Qaeda model, where they recruit, intimidate, assassinate, conduct attacks, and try to re-destabilize northern Iraq and Syria. You're still seeing ISIS being able to conduct these attacks, but again, they morph into a ISIS 2.0, where they can actually shoot down American aircraft in the future, or they go into the Al-Qaeda model, which is the easiest model to survive in, where you simply have cells, you conduct attacks, you recruit, and you plan, and you become very strategic in your operations.
All right, Michael, very good seeing you again.
Hey, thanks, Neil, for having me.